Welcome to this logic crib on the mix window. In the mix window, amongst other things, you can insert plugins, send to auxiliaries, and change the level of the track. As you can see, our project has drum tracks and bass tracks. Let's have a listen. OK, to access our mixer window, we click the tab at the bottom. Alternatively, we can open the mixer in a second window. We do this with keyboard shortcut Command and 2. When making the mixer full screen, it's a good idea to make a transport bar. We do this by clicking Window and Transport. Clicking and dragging this, we can take it to the bottom and then maximise it to fill the bottom of the screen. We're going to take a look at the channels now on our mixer. At the top of every channel we have the setting icon. We can use this to load presets that Logic has already provided for us. To add an EQ, we double click the EQ. We can change the parameters of this by clicking and dragging on the graph. As you can see, we can also change the parameters by clicking and dragging on the parameter values below the graph. To add a second insert, we double click on the insert box below it. For this example, we're going to add a compressor. Below this we have our sends. By holding and clicking on the first send box we can send to an auxiliary. To turn this send up, we can click and drag on the circle next to it. As you may have noticed, Logic automatically creates this auxiliary once a bus is activated. We can set our inputs and outputs of our track with these two boxes here. Below we have our automation. We can turn this to read, touch, latch and write. We have our pan information. And below that we also have our main fader volume. Below this we have our track control where we can mute, send, input monitor and record enable. Next to this we have our level indicator. We can change this to mono, stereo, left, right or surround. Selecting stereo will split our level indicator into two halves for left and right. Turning it back to mono will give us one level indicator. To the right of our mixer we have our master volume and our stereo out. As you can see, all of our tracks are routed to stereo out, so this is the level that your mix will bounce at. This is how we use Logic's mixer window.